Hi beautiful souls, welcome to my next pick a card reading. This reading is for your soul purpose. So this reading taps into what your soul purpose is, helps you to kind of give the guidance or clarity that you're needing to really get you focused in on what your path is, what it is that you are gifted at, what your talents are, and blocks that maybe you've been having to face or are still facing. So I'm hoping this reading gives you the clarity and the confidence and just the affirmation of things that you probably already know, but hopefully this reading gives you that confidence to really get connected to your soul. So if you've not done a pick a card reading before, this is how it works. I've got 4 piles of cards in front of me. If you just take a minute just to either pause this video and just tune into your heart center and just notice what card you feel drawn to. And it starts with pile number 1, pile number 2, pile number 3, and pile number 4. So once you've chosen your deck of cards, you can just skip to the timestamp below and then that'll lead you to. So pile number 1, let's get started on your reading. So we have the Temple Path, Archangel Michael, Archangel Gabriel, Archangel Samuel, and Door to Spirit. So you, from what I can see with these cards, you're a very spiritual person, you're very intuitively aware. The Temple Path is often what connects us to spirit. It's our pathway to our sort of intuitive and psychic center. So you can be a very sensitive soul, you often feel the emotions of other people, you're an empath, and sometimes that can make it quite difficult for you to gain clarity because your mind can be clouded quite a lot. You have a lot of information coming at you from so many different directions, and you can download a lot from spirit, especially in sleep. So you're a very intuitive soul. But from what the other cards are showing, you've had to face a lot of some emotional turmoil, physical turmoil as well, where you've had to face sort of a lot of healing crises. So with the first chakra, this is connected to our root, and it just sometimes can mean that you find it difficult to stay grounded because you're such an empathic and intuitive soul. It can be difficult for you to kind of grasp emotions of other people. You feel very overwhelmed. So the grounded card shows that you're needing to sort of bring in that extra bit of protection to your energy. Learning more about energy healing could help you loads, and that is also part of your path, because we've got the 5th chakra card, which is all about trusting your inner voice and being able to speak with confidence about how we feel. And with the Archangel Gabriel card, it's all about connecting to our soul purpose through speaking. So this could mean that you could be a spiritual teacher or any sort of teacher where you really help people connect to themselves on a higher level, and you're able to kind of see different points of view and perspectives. So you're very much a peacemaker, you're a peaceful, loving soul. And that's what you strive for in your life, is what you want to bring people together for common causes and for peaceful purposes. And then we've also got the 3rd chakra, and this is from Archangel Samuel, who is all about healing our loving connections to ourselves. So your path will lead you onto a state of learning how to really care for yourself, have the confidence in knowing what is right and what isn't right for you, and not always going with the status quo, or not always just trying to please other people in order to avoid conflict. With the 3rd chakra card, it can mean that within our solar plexus area, we can hold a lot of tension and fear, and this can cause blocks either physically or emotionally as well. So you may have issues with your stomach. That could be sort of some along the lines of Crohn's disease or sensitivities to your environment and the foods you eat. So it's just, you really need to work on the self-care aspect, and when you do, so much more will fall into place for you and it'll become a lot clearer. And then you've got the Door to Spirit card, which very much ties in with the Temple Path card and just shows that you are a deeply empathic, intuitive soul who can sense and feel energies and who naturally may connect to the spirit world. Sometimes without you even knowing, you can download information in a way that does give you the guidance, but sometimes I feel like you're so gifted that you actually don't realise how gifted and talented you are in this area. And I think with this card you've got a very strong spiritual connection, and if or whenever you wanted to strengthen that, you will be led and guided to do much higher work. So we also have the Sacred Self, Krishna, Soul Flame, and Isis. So with the Shekinah card, Sacred Self, this is really about unleashing your spirit, expressing your gifts. So this card is again very much connected to the idea of a peacemaker, because you see the beautiful dove in this card with the goddess behind her, and she's very much connected to that divine feminine energy, and is somebody who is a powerful teacher and who can help other people connect to their own path. So you may be drawn to sort of spiritual teachings, energy healing, or even coaching. And you're very much you inspire, and you are also very creative, and it's important for you to tap into that creative side in order to really fulfill your purpose. We have the Krishna card, which is saying trust your spiritual guidance. Your commitment has been recognized. Know you are loved unconditionally. So the Krishna card is really about your path is very much a spiritual one, and it's about tapping into your own innate gifts, but also having the trust in yourself and having the self-confidence to really take action on the downloads or on the information that is being given to you. So what are you being guided to do right now? Tap into your heart center and notice what comes up for you, but follow through as well. I think sometimes you can flip from one idea to the next, and it'd be quite hard for you to get those ideas grounded. So just focus on one thing at a time and make that your focal point until you achieve what you're wanting to do. The Radha card is a soul flame card, and this can mean sometimes you're also your soul purpose is to learn more about relationships on a deeper level. So when you've fallen in love, you've really opened your heart and soul. And if you've been hurt in the process of doing that, it can mean that you have to learn how to trust and open yourself up again. So you may have had to face a lot of hardships or feelings of unworthiness because of the other people not really appreciating or respecting you for who you are. So this card is about working through those difficult times, and in the process you're rediscovering a part of yourself you didn't know you had, and that's where you will rediscover your gifts, is from maybe slightly darker times where you felt like you've really been let down, but it's forced you to go inward. So your lessons are also to work on your manifestation. So you've got the Isis card, which is about your dreams, visions and goals are becoming reality. Stay focused. So again, this is reiterating the point from the Krishna card, where it's important for you to stay focused and stay on your path and not get so distracted by all this sort of everything that everybody else is doing, and you're seeing them succeeding or you're seeing them doing amazing things, but you can't help but judge yourself because you feel like you're not as far forward as you would like to be. Let go of that judgment and just continue focusing on your own path, and continue manifesting and believing that you are gifted and talented, and that whatever you set your mind to, you will achieve. We also have the Seven of Cups, Ace of Cups, and Four of Cups. So it's interesting you've all got cups, which is a very emotional, spiritual cards, because cups are associated with those kind of blocks and emotions that have been coming up. So the biggest block that's come up for you with the Seven of Cups is feeling like you've got more than one path ahead of you. And this is because you're an old soul. You've had many lifetimes here before. You've had to learn and grow in so many different ways, which is why you're maybe a multi-talented individual. You may have more than one interest, you may have more than one creative outlet, and you can easily get bored if you're having to stick to one path. So this is why the Seven of Cups is kind of showing you that it's okay to have so many different paths. It's okay to be interested in more than one thing. You don't have to combine everything to make your life work. You don't have to have one job that's going to be that meaningful job, because sometimes we search for a job that feels like it's going to create all these amazing dreams for us. But actually, if you're multi-talented and you're multi-gifted and you've been through so many lifetimes and you've got the knowledge and wisdom, you can do whatever it is you want to do. Just see what feels right for you and don't judge yourself for it. You've got the Ace of Cups, which is all about new beginnings. And it's about new beginnings on an emotional level. And I feel like this card is very much connected to the love flame card that I talked about earlier, where you're having to learn about relationships on a deeper level. And the Ace of Cups is about opening up to new love, new opportunities in relationships. And part of your soul purpose is to heal your heart center and open up on a deeper level and really have a deeper relationship, a deeper connection with those around us. And then you've got the Four of Cups, and this card can sometimes say sometimes it's difficult for you to process. You feel like you're lagging behind in a lot of ways, but you're not. It's just you're the kind of person that needs to take your time, process, go through your emotions, notice your blocks and work through them on a day-by-day basis, but don't get overwhelmed by everything all at once. This card sometimes means you can take on too much, not just in your own life, but from other people's as well. So you feel like you have to be the helper for everybody around you, and you don't. You just need to focus in on your own path, because your path is about helping other people. So there's only so much you can do. So just take some time out for yourself as well. And we also have the Leap and the initiation card. So the Leap is saying you go first, the universe will catch you. So part of your soul lesson is to learn how to have that courage and faith in your own abilities, and to really take that leap forward and start to maybe do things outside your comfort zone. This card, I feel so much like healing energy from this card, because I'm sensing that you are a healer. You are such a powerful light, but I think sometimes you doubt yourself. So you just need to take that leap of faith first, and you'll realise that everything else will fall into place. And you have been having to go through some difficult times. The initiation card shows that you've had to go through a lot of upheavals, disappointments, but this is all leading you somewhere. So with this card, you're being led through the darkness to the light, to a place where you will feel more at ease, more at home. And they're sensing a lot of movement in this card as well. So it may be that you want to move location, or move job, or move somewhere in another country. This card's all about exploring where we feel that we want to lay our roots down. And finally, we've got the Trust, which of course is connected to the Leap of Faith card, and support. So I feel like your path is very much about taking that leap of faith and trusting in your own gifts, and have faith and move forward and believe in yourself at all times. It's very difficult to say that, of course, but believe in yourself, because you are so gifted, and you're here to support. As much as you're needing support, you're also here to support other people. And in doing that, if you're a light worker, a healer, or a spiritual teacher, you need to make sure you're also having that support for yourself. So you're here to help other people on their path. You're very much here to connect to other people on a deeper level and really help them get that clarity and focus. So you've got so many different abilities that you're able to bring these all together and help people on a much deeper level. So I hope that reading resonates with you. Please let me know in the comments, and if you've not subscribed, please subscribe below, and I'll look forward to seeing you next time. Okay, pile number 2, let's get started with your reading. Okay, so we have man holding a heart, action, thinking woman, the sun, and personal happiness. So immediately, as soon as I connect to these cards, I'm getting a very family-oriented, loving, mothering energy coming through. So I don't know if you're already a mother or if you're just such a nurturing kind of energy. So these cards are very much about sort of nurturing and helping other people. So you've immediately got the man holding a heart card, which is all about the loving relationships in our life. So your soul purpose is also connected to somebody else's. So it could be that you and your partner are very much meant to be together. You can be soulmates. You feel a deeper connection to them, and you're here to help each other in this lifetime, to help each other find your own purpose. And as if your paths are tied together, so his purpose could be your purpose. I don't mean that in a way that you have to kind of give up your dreams and follow his purpose, but it can mean that you could be in business together, or if you could have a very higher soul idea about what it is that you two are meant to be doing together. So this card, the action card, it shows that you've got very strong leadership qualities. You're very much, you can think outside the box. You're very good at thinking of solutions. You're very strategic, so you're good at planning, organising. And really, once you get your head around a goal or you've got an idea in your mind, then there's really no stopping you. You can charge and forge ahead, and you're very much, you see a higher perspective as well. You can see sort of the bigger picture, and then when you have that goal in mind, you know exactly what you need to do to get there. You're also very intelligent. The thinking woman is somebody who studies, who likes to learn a lot, who maybe likes to read a lot as well, who is very much about independence. So as much as you've got the man holding a heart card there about that deeper connection, you're also very a strong-minded and independent person as well. So you've got these so many different qualities, and you're also you're very loving and very kind, and you've got such a beautiful nurturing energy as well. So you could be very good with sort of business, but if that obviously doesn't resonate with you, you could just be very good at being able to plan and organise, and really once you get your goal in your head, you're very good at striving forward and not letting the little things get you down. You've also got the Sun card, and that's very much about that mothering, loving energy. This is a very family card. It shows that you've got this card again, very connected to somebody who may be self-employed, who has their own business, and it's very successful. And it might not feel like that right now if this is a time in your life when you're reading where you're like, that does not make any sense. The Sun card shows that when you have that idea or that goal, there is no stopping you. You are here to succeed and to live in abundance. So it might not feel like that right now, but this card says that and when I say abundance, it doesn't necessarily mean abundance money-wise. It can mean abundance where you've got this beautiful, loving home, family, all these things coming together, and it feels like you've got a lot of hard work that you have to put into it, but you're very determined to succeed. And I say that because you've got the door to personal happiness and healing, and often when you get this card, it shows that you have this idea of expansion. You're always thinking of new ideas. You're always coming up with new and innovative ways of bringing in an income. And again, you're also very multi-talented. You could bring in different revenues of income through different talents or gifts that you have. So the door to personal happiness and healing is about really living in that abundance. So it's a really beautiful card. We also have Heart Awakening, Infinite Abundance, awakening presence, and divine alchemy. So the lovely Lady Nada card is about awakening to acceptance and divine love, give and receive in balance. So your soul purpose could be about learning how to, you've got so many amazing, I would say masculine qualities, because when it comes to the divine masculine, it is very much about going forward in our dreams, driving forward, taking action on our dreams, and continually thinking of the next step, the next thing. With the Lady Nada card, this card is about bringing yourself back into balance. So your soul purpose could be also about learning more about the feminine qualities and how powerful it can be to work from a place of the divine feminine. So when you've got a business goal in mind, or you've got an idea in your head, coming from the place of the heart instead of always the mind could help you succeed even further, because you're aligning your energy with a higher purpose. When we connect to our heart centers, we connect to the higher energies above. So the Heart Awakening card shows that bringing in that divine feminine to your ideas will really solidify everything together and lead you onto that higher path. You've got infinite abundance, which of course I've talked a lot about in the other cards, so it's interesting this one's come up here. So obstacles being removed and spiritual connections are increasing, as well as support. So you're also getting, you are spiritually aware, but you're also a very grounded individual. So I wouldn't say that you're somebody who very much connects to spirit easily, or finds that they're, they can flip from one idea to the other, like somebody who lives a lot in their heads, or who lives a lot from sort of their spiritual side. You're very grounded, which is brilliant, that's perfect. But it's also about bringing in the spiritual side, so connecting again with the divine feminine and bringing in that spiritual gentle side. So you are very drawn to spiritual teachings, but what the great thing is, you're drawn to them on a practical level. So when you read something that's very spiritual, or you go to, or doing this kind of reading, you're like, how can this help me practically? And that's a great way to think as well. So when you do that, you kind of pick and choose what really helps you, and that's a powerful alchemy. It's a powerful alchemy to really bring into your life, is learning about how spiritual teachings can help us on a practical level. Awakening. So the Amoria card is about awakening to our divine presence. The universe is with you. Wear protection of love and support. So this card is about bringing in that you can be quite open as well. So you want to maybe help so many people, or you're here to help a lot of people, but you have to also understand that you can't be there to help everybody. Some people just are on their own path, and as much as we want to get involved and do what we can, it's also important to protect our own energy. So the Almoria card is about learning how to protect your energy and protect yourself and what you've worked so hard towards, and not give so much of your energy and your time away. And then we've got the Holy Amethyst card, Divine Alchemy, moving beyond current challenges and focusing on what you desire. So this card is about learning how to clear through those blocks, and the way to do that is to have a clear vision. So always have that clear vision. So for you, it's important for you to live purposefully and to feel that I would say sometimes you can get bored quite easily. If you succeed at something, can be about moving on to the next thing, and it's because you're a very passionate soul and you need to continually grow and expand your horizons. So if there's been times where you felt like, oh, I failed at this, or this hasn't worked out, it might be there's a reason for it. You weren't truly passionate about it. When you're truly passionate about something, there's genuinely no stopping you. And we also have Page of Swords, 8 of Wands, and the 7 of Wands. So the Page of Swords is about bringing people together for a higher purpose, but you've also got a lot of different energies. So I don't know if where you work or if you're self-employed, you're bringing different energies together. And this can be quite challenging, but you're the kind of person who's got this leadership quality, and you're able to bring people together for a bigger reason. So you're able to give them that purpose and say, this is the goal. How can we work together to bring it forward? So you're about bringing people together, and that's why I feel like you're such a good leader. You're very much about being fair and just and kind as well. And then we've got the Eight of Wands, which is about new opportunities and new doorways opening up for you. So this card is about following the breadcrumbs in a way. It's like you're getting the signs, you're getting the guidance right now, you're getting the ideas, but you're like, how does this all tie together? Where am I going with this? And this card is showing that each time you make that decision, you take action on that next step, another door will open for you. So just keep trusting and keep moving forward. And then we've got the Seven of Wands, which is about working together with other people. And this is about bringing a bigger collaboration together. So it's like you've got somebody else on maybe the same level as you, who's got the same ideas, but they have a slightly way of doing it. Then it's like, but working with that person for this greater purpose. So this card is about bringing the right people together for the right reason, and you working with other people as well. And this card is also about expansion, expanding your horizons and always looking forward. And we also have Starseed, which is very interesting, and the Crumbling. So the Starseed card is interesting because you're such a grounded individual, but you're also multi-talented. The Starseed card is about sometimes as a child, you may have been seen as being very serious, or you're a bit of a loner where you drifted off into your own realm, into your own wee world. And the Starseed card shows that you're very much about somebody who is bringing higher energies to this planet, higher wisdom, and it's about learning how to tap into your gifts and talents on a spiritual level, but of course in a way that you feel resonates or feels right for you. So starseeds are often people who, from a young age, they may have felt like they're not from here. They feel very different to everybody else, but not in a way that comes from ego where they're like, oh, I'm here for a special purpose. It's just they feel they don't know how to fit in, but there's a reason for that. It's because they're meant to bring in different energies and different wisdom. And this card is asking the question, what lights you up? And being multi-talented or being passionate about many different things at once, this can be quite a difficult question because it means you're having to zone into one thing. With this card, I feel like there's all these things that you're passionate about. There's a higher purpose for that. You're meant to bring all these things together and in a way that really resonates with you. So it's about bringing your multi-talented, your gifts together and creating something amazing and new out of it as well. And the Crumbling card is about clinging on to old ideas and belief systems. So sometimes when your soul desires expansion and growth and learning, so with the Crumbling card, as much as your soul desires that, on a practical, emotional and physical level, it can feel like everything is crumbling away from you. So what you've been holding on to sometimes falls away. So this could be jobs where you find it difficult to find a job, or you find it difficult to, when you've maybe lost a job or you've had to face loss, you've had to face your own inner demons and blocks, and that can cause a lot of fear and constriction. And with that, I feel like sometimes you can shut down when you feel like you're overwhelmed by so many things, or if something doesn't go right, try and let go of your ideal, because you've got very high ideals and high expectations of yourself. Let go of that high expectation, because if something doesn't work out, there's a reason for it. Just keep tapping into what it is you're passionate about, what lights you up and what's bringing you forward. And then finally we've got the Leadership card, which of course ties in with everything, and compassion. So leading with compassion. Very simple. So the Leadership card, step into your leadership role, share your message and empower others, which is exactly what this whole reading has been about. You're very much a leader, you're very much about bringing people together and empowering them. And the compassion card is saying that being a leader with compassion is the most powerful type of leader there is, but also to lead with compassion, you have to have the self-capacity to love and have that compassion for who you are. So don't be so hard on yourself. You can be quite, you have quite high expectations of what you feel you should be doing or all the things that you should be doing, but you're not giving yourself enough time to slow down and connect to your own heart center. So take the time to continually tune inward, and meditation could really help you as well, but also just learn how to forgive yourself sometimes. Don't be so hard on yourself. And when we have that self-love, we're able to bring that out into other people and become a much more powerful leader. So thank you so much for joining this reading, and I hope this resonates with you, pile number 2. So thank you. So pile number 3, let's get started with your reading. We have victory, women holding a heart, Archangel Metatron, appreciation, and walking away. So the victory card is about really, you've had to go through a lot of hardships. With the victory card, it feels like you've had to go through a lot of upheavals and difficulties. And the soul side of this card is about continually believing in yourself. And I feel like that's very connected to a woman holding the heart card. And we also have the woman holding a heart card, which shows that you are a very loving, caring, beautiful soul who just has this ability to listen to other people on a deeper level. You've got very good kind of those qualities that you would see in somebody who's a nurse, a teacher, a counsellor, somebody who's very good at listening and helping people to open up. And we also have the 6th chakra card from Archangel Metatron, which shows that you're definitely here to kind of help on that bigger level. So you're helping people connect to themselves, helping them clear any blocks, and helping them to really connect to their own soul. And with the 6th chakra card, this is about listening to those creative ideas and inspirations and taking action on those goals. You're also very spiritually aware. With Archangel Metatron, he often oversees those bigger businesses that we're doing or that we're creating, or we're in a big business that kind of helps. So in a way, it's like a school, education, those kind of things Archangel Metatron really helps oversee. So it could be that you're here to teach and to help people on that higher level. We've also got the appreciation card and the walking away card. So the appreciation card with the walking away card is really about working on that level of gratitude, and I feel like you're helping people clear away those blocks and help them move forward with their lives. So they may have had to go through some difficult times. Maybe you've had to go through a lot of difficult times and you've had to really understand what your purpose is as well, because you've had to go through such difficult times. It's like you've had to clear away those blocks and use your own story, your own life as an inspiration for other people, because you've had to go through it. We also have the Mary Magdalene card, the Holy Spirit, Sanat Kumara, and Kutumi. So Mary Magdalene, teacher, awakens. That's so weird because I literally just said that you're a teacher, you're here, you have something important to share, follow your inner calling. So it's like you are a teacher, you're here to help others. And the Holy Spirit card, remember that only love is real. So again, going back to that, maybe you've had to go through a lot as well in your own life, and there's been a greater reason for it because you're here to help other people on their own path, on a path that maybe has been similar to yours. And then we've got the Sanat Kumara card, light activation. Shine your light, your internal guidance is coming through loud and clear. So you're here to shine that light for other people. So you are an inspiration, a beacon of hope for those who have had to go through really horrible situations, and you're really here to help them, to help give them the guidance, the hope and the clarity that what they need to do next. And then you've got the Kutumi card, Cloak of Wisdom. You already know the answer you seek. Trust what you know. So sometimes you do doubt yourself, but you already have the wisdom that you're needing. You've got everything you need. I feel like with this card, you are the kind of person who always goes for you're always reading books, you're always wanting to empower yourself, you're always wanting to expand your horizons, expand yourself and grow. But if you would focus inward, I feel like the more you do that, the more you realise you know everything you need. You have everything you need right now to succeed. We also have the Perspective card and Transformation and Temperance. So the Perspective card is like helping people see the higher reason for their being. So you're here to help them see why they've had to face maybe those difficult situations, help them to see things from a higher perspective, and also in your own life to have a greater understanding of maybe why you've had to go through those difficult situations, and that they have led you to this point where you are now succeeding at what your reason for being is. And you've had to go through this transformational process where you've had to face those blocks and difficulties. And the transformation card just means that you've had to let that old life, that old way of being fall away. And you've had to reinvent yourself. You've had to become this. You've had to completely start anew. And in doing that, this is why you're able to inspire others, because you've done it, you've gone through it. And if it feels like you haven't, or you're still going through it, then there is an end point. And the Temperance card is another. You've got 3 actually big tarot cards here. So you've got the Perspective, Transformation and Temperance, which leads on to the Transformation. And this is really about shining your light and finding that inner peace and making peace with your past and understanding the reason for it all. We also have Unfolding Rose and Break the Chain, which is so perfect. So the Unfolding Rose cracked open, it's happening for you, not to you. So sometimes those difficulties that happen to us, or we feel like, oh, I can't believe it's happened, I've had to face something difficult again, or somebody's really let me down this time. You're being cracked open. This is a beautiful heart chakra card, which is about letting go of those feelings, those difficult feelings of fear, and you're needing to forgive. So I'm getting forgiveness with this card, needing to forgive and let go in order to really truly live your highest purpose, is just to forgive. And as much as that might be difficult for you, just take the small steps that you can right now to help you with that, help you forgive. Just at first, just notice in your heart center the block that's there, but focus on also your heart in a way that's loving and kind and healing, and break the chain. So you're here to break the chain for yourself and for the people around you, and this is connected to our ancestral patterns, our belief systems, and being able to rewrite a future. So you're here to rewrite your future, to not continually live the same life over and over again because of those of our ancestors. It could be that maybe your ancestors, if they were women who took on a lot of the burdens of the household or had to go through a lot of really difficult times, that you're feeling like you've had to go through the same thing as well. And that's where you're like, no, I need to break this chain. I need to start anew, and I need to rewrite my future and rewrite it in a way that is empowering to me and inspiring, as well as helping me live my highest purpose. And finally, we've got imagination and receive. So envision a new reality, and that follows on really nicely from the last card about rewriting the future. Give yourself permission to dream, and even if a dream feels impossible or too big for you, it isn't. I always feel like if it's something that we're dreaming about and we feel suddenly this influx of passion and love, then that dream is meant for you. You already have the talents and gifts for you to start living that dream. So the imagination card is saying you need to dream bigger sometimes. Don't let yourself think smaller, dream bigger, and be open to receive the abundance and goodness from the universe. So believing in your self-worth and believing that you are worthy of love means that you can be more receptive to all the good things that are coming your way. So I hope this reading resonates with you, pile number 3, and thank you so much for joining me today. Okay, so pile number 4, this reading's for you. Just see what cards we have today. So we've got the World, Healer of the Ages, All Tied Up, Broken Heart, and Cornucopia. So immediately with these cards, you've got two powerful ones where the World and Healer is very much tied together. So you're here to heal, to not just heal yourself, but maybe heal other people. You could be an energy healer, an energy worker, or you're very drawn to sort of healing side of life. So you could also be something like a nurse or doctor, or even healer for animals as well. And with the World card, you're very much connected to this planet, so you feel a lot of you can be very empathic, and you're very much an environmentalist as well. You care very much for the planet, and you hold nature and animals very dearly to your heart. So you're a very natural healing energy. You've got a lovely healing energy, and your soul is just to connect to those gifts and talents. We've also got Tied Up and Broken Heart. So the blocks that maybe have been holding you back are to do with feeling like you've been let down in some way, or you've been caused to have your heart broken. And when this is connected to the All Tied Up card, it can feel like that is a big block around our heart centre, and it's maybe what has been stopping you from believing yourself or starting to expand your horizons a bit more and really starting to succeed in what you're doing. When we've got that block around our heart, we kind of have issues around self-love and feel like we are not worthy. So these cards here is about telling you that this block can be overcome, because you've got the Cornucopia card is about visioning a new reality, about bringing in higher abundance, and about moving forward with that belief, and that you've got such beautiful loving energy, and you've got really powerful guides around you as well. So just tune into the guidance from them, because you are so much more powerful than you realise. I think maybe you've just had to go through a lot of difficulties, and that's kind of maybe shattered your confidence in some way. But the Cornucopia card, I just feel like you are ready to live in abundance, and your soul is ready to expand and live in abundance as well. We've got the Gaia Earth connection, which is very connected to the other cards as well. Kalima, Facing Fears, Horus, Cosmic Gateway, and Commander Ashtar, Call to Action. So again, going back to the environmental kind of card where we feel very connected to the earth energy and the animals, and we feel like we are here to help, to be a helper, to be a light worker. So this card is also about staying grounded, because sometimes you get overwhelmed with all the things you feel you should be doing, but you just need to take one small actionable step at a time and not feel like, oh, I have to do all these big changes all at once. So the Gaia card is about really connecting to our earth in a loving way and connecting to our soul purpose. So if you're here to help other people, it doesn't always necessarily mean that it's something you have to focus on as a job. You're doing it already. You're already in that role. But if that's something you want to do as a job, then absolutely. The Kalima card, major spiritual changes are unfolding. This is your chance to soar. So connected to the broken heart card and all tied up, the sole purpose of you for your path is to transcend those blocks, those fears, and to live your highest purpose. And it might mean having to make some drastic changes in your life, or moving, or doing something that will really shake your core or shake the world around you. Because Kalima is about clearing those blocks, and it means making those big, swift changes. And then we've got the Horus card, the cosmic gateway. Your thoughts are magnetic and powerful. Miraculous changes are occurring. So this is very much the transformational law of attraction card, where we realise we have more power over our dreams. We have more power than we realise over our life as well. So this card is about not sort of going into that sort of victim mode of why is this happening to me, or this always happens to me, or nothing good ever happens to me. It's like transcending those victim modalities and moving into a higher place of being, where you realise there's a higher reason for this, there's a higher perspective coming through for you, and you're ready to step up your game, and you're ready to take action. And then you've got the Commander Ashtar card, take charge and lead by example, walk your life. So it feels like you're having to let go of the past and see it for what it is, and see it for the reason why it's led you here, and then just take charge and start making changes to your life that you feel is going to empower you, that is going to make you feel like, yes, this is me, I'm moving forward. And it's so important for you to expand your horizons, because when you feel stuck, you go into that mode of anxiety and fear. So it's important that you're continually moving ahead. And we've got the Chariot card and High Priestess and Page of Crystals. So you're also very intuitive. So the Chariot card, very much connected to the Commander Ashtar card, about moving ahead, always striving forward, and always not giving up on your dreams, and not listening to the doubts and fears of other people, connecting to your own soul and heart and noticing what that's telling you to do. Because the High Priestess card is about stepping into our power, where if you're a light worker, or you feel very drawn to that idea of being a light worker, where you're here to help on this planet and you're here to raise the vibration of this planet, then the High Priestess card is about stepping into that role and being that leader, being that inspiration for other people. Notice what you feel passionate about in your life, what ideals that you want to hold dear to you, and how you can share your message with the world and be that inspiration, that beacon. And the Page of Crystals card is about activating our higher center, activating our inner knowing, and activating our intuition. So this card means that you may, in your soul journey, you may be drawn to different spiritual teachings or learnings. You may feel drawn to going on retreats or learning more about spiritual paths such as meditation, yoga. It's just all these different learning curves will come up for you, and it might mean that you flip from one thing to the other, or you feel like, oh, this isn't quite working for me, but this might, so I'll move on to this. That's great, that's perfect, that's the path that you're on right now. And once you find something that works for you, you will start to lift your energy up. And we also have Don't Dim to Fit In and the Great Gathering. So you are definitely here as a light worker to shine your light. You're not here to dim your light, you're here to shine it brighter and to let go of those blocks that have been holding you back. So this card is about expanding your horizons and your awareness. And this card is about bringing your soul tribe together. So it's also important for your soul to feel like it's being listened to and understood by other people who are like-minded. because sometimes you can feel like, oh, there's nobody that really understands me, or it's nobody that's really got the same interests. This card's about noticing who you feel drawn to and connecting to your soul tribe. And once you do, then you'll be able to really raise each other up and help each other. And finally, we have past lives and courage. So releasing your past life karma. So this card's about really working on those blocks on a much deeper level. So when I say past life karma, it could mean that you've had to face lifetimes of the same block, the same lesson over and over again. But this lifetime, it's for you to release those blocks once and for all, and to take charge of your life and to really connect to your own higher self. And the courage card is knowing that you are safe, that you have the courage and the capacity to bring forward whatever it is that you want in your life. Don't give up on your dreams. Don't give up on yourself as well. Always dream bigger and believe in yourself. And you're here for a higher reason, a higher purpose. You are this beautiful soul light worker energy. You're here to shine that light in whatever capacity or way you feel is fit or that you align with. So I hope this reading resonates with you, pal number 4, and thank you so much for joining me. Take care.